Good day, good day, good day, good day, everyone. How's everyone doing? I'd like to thank you for taking the time to tune in to your neck of the woods. I am your co-host, but for today, I will be your solo co-host. Dr. Woods is wearing multiple hats and taking care of a lot of things. We have a super fantastic event that's going to be going on, and she wants to play a big role and make sure everything is in place and decent and in order. It is the Chattanooga Humanitarians Award that is coming up on December the 16th. You want to make sure you get your tickets. All the tickets are now only available through the Eventbrite. So you would want to go to the A like Apple, P like Peter, D like Derek, C like Charlie 98.org, apdc98.org. Once you get to the site, just type in humanitarian and the event would come up and you can go ahead and get your tickets. It's going to be honoring some fantastic people that have done a lot of things for the city, and we owe them a lot, and we can definitely come together and honor all they've done. We have John Holloway. He's been instrumental. We have Pastor Henry McLean. He's also very impactful in the community. We have Pastor Tony Wellister, and the philanthropist of all times, Mr. Charlie Brock. He's definitely done a lot around for the city. And of course, Pastor John Taylor. He's definitely done a lot as well. We want to definitely honor and give them their flowers while we can and while they're here. The tickets are $65.87. You order them from the site. The MC of the year, Mr. Dennis Milton Clark, will be there. He will have a whole lot of jokes. And we'd like to thank Mr. Jimmy Allgood. And make sure you're there. It's going to be a place where you can actually meet and greet some of the people that have impacted the city. I'm sure you'll get a lot of good nuggets and conversation and just fellowship like we used to. We'll have some music, because music makes the event go smoother. So we have a bass player, baking basses, and setting the stage, and of course having the food and the ambiance, and it's just going to be a great and fantastic event. But now we're gonna kind of change things a little bit. I'm going to since I'll be hosting the show, I'm going to kind of give you an oversight or overview of what the show will actually be about. But just like you've seen other shows or heard other shows where, like Mr. Rogers, right? But this is going to be better than Mr. Rogers. This is going to be a way for you to find out things that sometimes can make you feel better, that can change your situation, change your mindset, connect you with information that could potentially change your life. So stay tuned. Be right back. I'm Transform. To the introduction of what Alliance is all about. This past week has been big for me. Not necessarily big financial, but big in insight and understanding. I had the pleasure and the honor to attend a virtual workshop with a fantastic teacher, coach, woman, leader. And I just want to, because of the things that I learned and some of the things that I shared and the impact that she did, and the fact that this humanitarian award is something that they deserve, that they didn't actually ask for, and that we all have talents, gifts, and services, and we're actually here to serve. And that's what it's all about. So, with that, put me in, Coach, Dr. Coach Sandra. I appreciate you. Now, the other thing that I want to touch base on is the fact that I remember when competition was fun. So through this segment, I'm gonna break it down into different places. But we got to get beyond being comfortable with competing and begin to expect excellence from each other and from ourselves. There's a lot of talents and gifts that are in each and every one of us. There was a time when there were businesses, multiple businesses. There was a time when we were more concerned about one another. Over time, things changed, and instead of addressing the problem, the whole point of what Alliance of Asset Builders is about is to encourage and make available the principles and understanding the principles that you can implement to change your life or make your situation better, along with educating you on how to make it better based on where you are at this time. Sometimes people have money, but they don't have the strategy or the understanding. Sometimes people have the understanding and don't have the money. The thing is making both of those connect based on where you are and get you in touch with the right people is what it's all about. But that's not just with what I do. That's just basically building business. So one of the things that I want to encourage people to understand is it's not magic. It's just arithmetic based on your industry, based on what it is that you want to do. You just want to make sure that it adds up. And sometimes we overcomplicate things instead of progressing and taking chances or whatever. If you're not going to take risks, it's no need in getting in. And we overcomplicate things. So if we can get to where we can understand basic business principles, apply them, execute them, and use that to build on, collectively there's a way that we can actually change things from our home outward. I've done presentations before to where you want to plant seeds of possibility in an ocean of opportunity. Right now, as a culture, we don't understand enough and aren't taking advantage of distribution, technology, communication, building relationships. The combination of those four things need to be better understood, especially in a community that might be financially challenged. The thing is, where on land, you have to build credit and so forth to get real estate and things like that. But online, it's more affordable. You just want to understand how digital property or digital assets work. And too often, we're on the wrong side of that equation because we go to Amazon, we go to these different platforms and we spend, but they're distributing something that you want. With technology, you can afford to find something that you can afford and turn that into a passive income to potentially. And I know everybody's not going to do it or not interested in doing it, and that's fine. But for those that are interested, there's a system that we've created. And like I say, I'm not necessarily as concerned with you getting into the system. I just want you to be informed, because too often, too many people work too hard for too little if that's their only source of income, considering they can make money through their phone and get rewarded or learn where to get products or find products and things like that and get rewarded now. Doing transactions with gamble. I mean, you can everything right now is going digital, but you don't want to just go digitally with. You don't want to go digitally with just being the one spending the money. You want to find something, a product, good, or service that you can utilize and offer to people, because you aren't paying for gas. You don't need cashiers, but you want to make sure that you understand how the digital money works. You want to begin the transition now. And so over the course of this show, I want to share 5 things to encourage you to consider being in business for yourself, and let you know that there are platforms that our team is a part of that can change your situation, make it better, and or make better choices, and know that those choices are available. But basically encouraging business. And so there are going to be businesses I'll be communicating with. And so for today, while you're listening, if you're a business and you're proud of being in business, you got to get the word out. How many times today have you told anybody about what you do, but you've referred them to a place to get shoes that may be out of the demographic that takes money out of the community? Collectively, we can do so much. Back when I was younger, a lot of people had businesses that were in different industries. So therefore, there was a constant circulation of money. And that's going on now, but it can go on more collectively, especially if everybody was positioned in certain things. So we want people to better understand how marketing works. We want people to better understand the strategies of implementing and using social media and having a presence online. That's your house online that you can afford. Sometimes you can get those for free. I know a way that you can create and get positions for free. I know other ways that you can get positioning and be rewarded at a higher level. There are thousands, but the thing is just the principles that's the most important, and that's what we'll be sharing. It are the principles along with the strategies, along with platforms and the education. People don't know it's really costing you more going to work sometimes, because it's you may have kids. You have to make choices. You need that extra income, that passive income that can work for you when you aren't working, or have a team of people. If there's an industry that more wealthy people have made, if there was, okay, hold on. if there's an industry that's created more millionaires than any other industry, and people like Robert Kiyosaki and I mean all the some of the top leaders understand network marketing and affiliate marketing and building relationships and sales, that's creating more millionaires than any other industry. Sales is it's just how many things are you offering, or how many ways are you positioned to be rewarded with something that you can offer to a community because you know a need. And so the 5 things to consider is what we're going to go over. Because we had started a little bit late, I want to bring Krista to okay. All right. So we're gonna be bringing Krista up to the call in just a minute. Um, it takes a lot of stuff for a community to function. One of the things are resources. Krista, being in the industry for 30 years, has a lot of expertise. And so, what she's going to do is she's going to come and have a conversation and share information, because that's basically what we want to do. We want to create conversations in communities with business owners and self-development people that want to get better and change their lives and their lifestyle. um, Show them strategies, the business owners strategies that they can actually implement to get the word out to more people. If they don't have an online presence, we can help them with that. So it's all things to help grow and empower a community collectively. So I believe it's Krista back here. All right. So we're going to bring Krista in. Hello, Krista Fusion. I sure appreciate you taking the time to tune in with us. I know you have some insurance nuggets that you want to share with everybody about some of the things that are coming up.
Oh, it's always something this year. It's considering that it's all about our community, and considering that this is the time of the year that it's open enrollment for Medicare, it's open enrollment for health insurance. I know that sometimes people feel like there's a lot more programs out there that's not as expensive. So this is the time that you sit down with someone like myself, or since I am licensed in 50 states, or one of your local representatives, but you sit down and ask any questions. We want to hurry up you all before the end of the year if you have parents or you have loved ones. But one of the things that's close to my heart, Tracy, is like what we talked about last week.
Mm-hmm.
When we were talking about as far as how we can do little small things, because I love what you all are doing there. And one of the small things that we can do is for our grandchildren or children, start setting them up in programs to where they will always be able to have a place to go financially if ever they are in need. I had shared with you all last week how there's plans out there that you can set up your children. Um, you can set up set up for your children, and when you set up for your children, these plans will be there for them if they ever in need and they need to be able to have a place to go, like for if let's say their car break down. And a lot of those plans to where people, when they think about life insurance, they always think about is for people when they're dead. They don't really consider that you can be able to use a life insurance policy even while you're alive. So I had shared last week our whole life program that you can start off for little children. Do you remember that, Tracy?
Yes, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
And so, how important it is by setting that plan up, because we all know that one day we as parents, we going home. And by setting up these plans for our children, I had went into a house like I shared last week, and there was a 6 month year old, and they had, instead of giving them presents for baby showers, you all guess what they did? They had they gave every child in the household that ever was in that particular family a life insurance policy. And I was like, "Oh my God, why would y'all want to put $100,000 on a newborn baby?" And they said, "Well, as the child get older, when they get 20, 25, they allow that child to use." Now, leverage, what they're doing is they're going to leverage their life insurance policy to either be closing costs on a house, because you all know that when children get older, when they want to get a car, who they going to come to?
Right.
Buy them their first car. They always come to their parents, right?
Right.
Well, what about if we can set them up to where they can be able to be self sufficient? They can have seed money for their business. They got an invention, they got an app, they got something that they feel like they need money for, at least starter.
Right.
And what
So
if they
what
can
you
learn to leverage their policy?
so if there were three tips that you would encourage people to do today, whether it's something that they need to find out or pay attention to, or whether it's a step that they need to take as far as their health insurance is concerned, what would be three things that they would need to consider like now?
Well, since it's open enrollment, there's not a one size fit all.
Right.
So, whatever you're going through, I always tell people, look, always look at your maximum out of pocket, because we always know there's sometimes we've had family members that had major heart attacks. And when they had a major heart attack, let's say, because that's something you can't always control, you immediately being rushed to surgery. And no matter what, they really not looking at a lot of times how much money. So you have to look at your maximum out of pocket, and then look at how much you can reach as far as a deductible.
Okay.
And once you look at
Definitely
your
helps.
maximum out of pocket for your family and how much you reach once you reach your deductible, and then you can look at, okay, I can still afford to, if I had to pay $5,000 on a $50,000 surgery, that's the maximum for the whole year. I can do that,
Okay.
and the insurance company pays the rest. There is a lot of other nuances. You can go over how much you feel like you can share in paying for it. I tell people that a lot of times, silver plans, if you have a big family, we do have some great plans out there. Some silver plans that's a lot more economical, where the government help offset the price and the coverage of the plans. So those are some things, if you have a big family and you need to say, hey, um, I know that this year, because as we get older, our bodies start breaking down. You say, well, I know that this year I only go to the doctor twice. Then you really gonna be just looking at something for a copay.
Right.
Your copay, and hey, can I reach, if push come to shove, that maximum deductible? So it is a lot of nuances when it comes to health insurance, but you sit down with someone like myself and get in something that's budget friendly.
Right. And so now the same thing with life insurance. What are the top two, three things that they need to consider with life insurance?
With life insurance, there's a couple of things. Like when you sit down with someone like myself, these are some things people don't always think about. You want to think about, hey, if push come to shove, I have a house. I like my house to be paid off. Those are some things that is important. So you're gonna be looking at pretty much what is the maximum dollars that I can stretch, because I have a wife. She might works part time right now, or she might work full time, but she can't afford our mortgage by herself. So while she's going through, I need our mortgage pretty much be paid down or paid off on top of the funeral. So these things you're going to be looking at. I have 5 children that going to need child support at least until they get 18. I have it's a lot of the things that you're going to look at as far as health wise, but my health is pretty good.
Um,
So there's a lot of plans now that don't do medical exams.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about that. So those are some things that you'll look at.
So if they need to get in touch with you, what would be the best way for them to reach out to you?
Well, I share with you all. The best way would be either email me or text me on that number because it is open enrollment. If you're not able to get me on the phone, you all leave me a text message. I will be able to call you back, and you can be able to email me also at my last name, Fugit, Fuget, Associates, ASSOCS @gmail.com. So that's fugitassociates @gmail.com. Or you
Okay.
can text me at 404-860-4720. 404-860-4720. And you can always be able to, I'll get back in contact with you as soon as I can.
All right. Well, I sure appreciate you. Um,
Thank you, you all. I'm always here. If you have any questions, call me.
all right. All right, we appreciate you.
Oh,
We'll probably,
what
you
else
know, we'll
could
be
you
getting you
talk
back
to?
on the line. So if anybody has any questions, by all means, put those questions in the chat. If you're visiting us at
Hmm.
www.wptp1001fm.com. I appreciate you, Crystal. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day, you all.
All right. All right. Again, thank y'all for tuning in. We're gonna have a lot of different people in different industries. Like I say, getting yourself positioned online, offering some product, good, or service to people. You're getting digital real estate that's a lot more affordable than traditional real estate. And making the transition in that mindset is basically one of the is actually the first of the five things that I want you to think about when considering being in business. It's the mindset. Are you disciplined enough to be in business? How committed are you to be in business? What are your limitations? They really aren't limitations. They are just things that are keeping you from being where you want it to be. And you just go over, around, or through them. That's going to test to see how committed you are and to see if it's something that's actually in your destiny to do. Sometimes you can plan too much. Sometimes you just got to move. And too often we just don't move. And our greatness is on the other side of that move. Now, the other thing is the method. The old ways of doing business are there and they'll always be there. And sometimes that's where they end up anyway, depending on what you're offering to the community or to your clients or customers. But now that social media is around and technology is around, that's creating millionaires for a lot of people that aren't in the neighborhoods that I'm in. And so what we want to do is to help people better understand so more people in common communities can benefit from the use of the tool, from the use of the building the relationship, from the use of having a quality product, good, or service. The old ways are gone, but now this can level the playing field for everybody. And we're not paying attention. We we're being entertained and not educated. And that's not good. And so the whole point of the alliance, I don't know everything. I know a little bit, but I know a lot of people that know a lot and got a lot. And we're working and teaming with people that are looking for a different lifestyle. a different way of generating generational wealth that should be being passed down, but too often is not. And a lot of times it's because of the mismanagement, but not necessarily the mismanagement. It's the miseducation to cause the mismanagement, and nobody's saying nothing, or not enough people are saying nothing, or either they're making it out of the price point. And so I found a system. I created a system that would allow anybody based on the principles and not the price, or not the subscription, or not the product. I found the platform. I created a system. There are platforms that we can benefit from, and education that we can benefit from collectively, not based on race, but based on information and interest. So you're not selling. You're making information available that people need. You're making health and wellness products that people need. You promote something to somebody every day, all day. How many of the things that you promote are you being rewarded from, whether it's a, a, a physical benefit or reward? It's principles that build wealth that if more people applied, especially now that technology can allow you to offer products to people and not have to store them. We got to change our mindset and the method. Collective economics is definitely possible. Then you want to apply the mechanics. Once you understand the method that you're going to apply, you want to implement, or you want to have the mechanics, the tools, the strategies, and things for it to work. Then, once you have it working, you want to make it so. Just like Captain Kirk used to say, make it so. Get the team, share it with the people. But now that you make it so and you got the strategy, now you make it be. When you make it be, you complete. And once you complete, you help others complete, and collectively everyone can win. By having multiple businesses in multiple places, whether online or on land, you can create possibilities that normally a community doesn't have, but collectively online, everyone can benefit. But we got to understand how to move online. I don't know everything, but I know directions. I know directions that I can go to get some of that information. And so what our network is doing is educating people, giving them options, showing them being in business, working from home can create and change your lifestyle by implementing basic business practices. It's costing you not having a home-based business. There are write-offs that you can take advantage of. I am not a financial advisor. I am not a financial guru. I am not licensed. This is for information purposes only. But I can guide you. I can coach you. I can show you strategies that work. Okay. So the information that I share and the information when you see the design, we're showing and encouraging people to consider technology, QR codes, and the power of QR codes, websites, having a presence. You can tell somebody come by my store, okay, what kind of stuff you got? You clothes. Well, I'll be there next Tuesday. Okay, well, what's your website? Oh, I ain't got no website. Okay, well, by Tuesday, and it's Friday night, they might find whatever it is that you have to offer to them. We got to pay more attention to technology, get more involved. If you are in real estate or any kind of sales, you want to create a system that not only a system, but a system that doesn't stay stagnant, a system that moves. If you have sales, it's cool to post, but then after that post and it goes in the feed and that's all you got, now what? You got to have a presence. And we help people get a presence online. That was gonna bring me to my quote. Your your present right now. Your present is your presently. We got to take advantage. We're allowing too much time to pass building other people's stuff that is not benefiting your long term all the time. So what I want to do is I want to encourage small businesses. If you want to communicate through my website, um, I'll tell you how you. I'm gonna show you how technology is. Dial 423-444-4572, and we're gonna we're gonna pause just for a moment. We'll be ending the show in about 5 minutes. Just wanting to invite anybody, if you have any questions or any comments, feel free to comment your question or your concern. You can visit us on the website at www.wptp1001fm.com. Again, that's www.wptp1000fm.com. If you have a small business, if you have an announcement for the community, if you have a birthday. Speaking of birthdays, I want to say happy birthday. Well, not happy birthday. It's actually after to a pioneer in the city. She's a superwoman herself. Miss Sharon Kelly. She had a birthday this week, and she'll be celebrating tonight. I don't know if I'll be able to make it. I might have to go out of time, but I got to see. But I hope you have a fantastic time. You deserve every flower that you get now. You have been amazing in the city, and we really appreciate you. Thank you for all you've done. I know the fight ain't over, but I just want to say you have been a pioneer in the city, and we thank you for all you did and done. So if anybody has any questions, we're gonna stick around for a few more minutes. If you have any comments, we have upcoming shows. We also want definitely BJ Murphy show. Him and Sean are are some of the silliest people that I've actually heard. So y'all want to make sure y'all tune in. The thing is y'all are actually at the beginning of the forefront. Things are changing around here. We got a new show. It just started last week. BJ and BJ Murphy show is coming on at 6 in the morning, getting your day started. having conversations that can actually give you something to think about throughout your day and give you something to giggle about. So be sure to tune in BJ Murphy Show from 6 to 9 a.m. in the morning. Get your day started right, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Again, I want to make sure everyone remembers if you need to get your tickets for the humanitarian event, you want to make sure you go to apdc98.org. The banquet it will be going on December the 16th, which is one birthday from my son. And you want to come out, have a good time. Um, it's going to be a festive event honoring some great people. And on behalf of myself, Alliance, and the city, we definitely want to thank y'all for what y'all have done. Mr. John Holloway, Pastor Henry McClain, uh, Pastor Tommy Wallister, Mr. Charlie Brock, and Pastor John Taylor. Thank y'all very much for all y'all contributed to the community and to the family of I'm sure I mean of your families. Um Now, if there's any announcements, like I say, we're gonna be here for a few more minutes. You can get VIP tickets. We got Dennis Milton. I forgot. I'm sorry. I was reading on something else. We got Dennis Milton. Clark coming to the stage. He's going to be the VIP host of the event. And we will have Jimmy Allgood. If you want to sit and listen to some fantastic singing and entertainment, he is definitely a performer. And then we got Bacon Basis up there doing his thing. Thank you, Dr. Woods, for the opportunity to host the show while you weren't here. We really do appreciate all that you do for the city, for all you've done, the steps that you made, regardless of you know how things might look to most people. There's a reason why you were put in the position. Um, you definitely are humanitarian yourself. You deserve all your flowers too. So December 16th, 2023 annual Chattanooga Humanitarian Awards banquet. Human deeds for human needs from human people. That's a beautiful thing. So, thank y'all for tuning in. The shows will be going from 1 p.m. Eastern to 2 p.m. Eastern normally, and we will be uh, being on schedule from now on. And we appreciate you and thank you for tuning in. Any last words or comments now or later on? Put it in the thing. If you need to see me, text me. You can text me at 423-444-4572, and we will be more than happy to answer any questions that you got. If you need mindset information, be sure to visit my link tree, linktr.ee/OPTNETWK. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. Stay tuned for upcoming events and other businesses and other uh, uh, real estate agents, financial advisors, online marketers, insurance. We're going to change lives and give people the information that they need to have a better life. All right. Thank y'all. Peace out.